Hey everybody. Um, Taking my morning walk. I just wanted to talk about healing and love. Okay. Um, when you're on this healing journey, it's never ending. It will never end. It's never ending. And the hardest thing about the healing journey is there are going to be a time where you are going to you're going to heal from something that you didn't know was there. You have to heal from something that you didn't know was there. You have to heal from something that you didn't know was wounded. And in that space and in that time, it's going to feel uncomfortable because now it's like you have to cradle a baby that you didn't know was hurt. Um, it's a difficult time. Or when you're in your healing journey, there will be things that you thought it was okay. There are going to be things that you thought it was okay. There are going to be things that you thought everything was fine. There's going to be a point of time in your healing journey where you start to realize the things that you asked for and wanted turn into be the things that hurt you the most. That's a hard part in your journey. That's hard. And anyone is listening who is on the healing journey, I need you to be patient with yourself. Okay, this is not for the weak. The healing journey is not for the weak. The healing journey is not for the timid. That's why a lot of people refrain from it. It's hard because in the midst of you healing, there are going to be parts of you that change. No, no, no. I'm gonna walk you down this morning. I'm gonna walk your butt down. Come on. There are gonna be parts of you that changes. And in the parts of you that change, sometimes those parts are unfamiliar to yourself. They're gonna be unfamiliar to those around you. And when on your healing journey, you're gonna recognize new triggers. Triggers. You're gonna recognize new triggers. Sometimes we have people in our life that's supposed to trigger us. They're supposed to trigger us. They're supposed to make us uncomfortable. They're supposed to make us stop and think and reflect. They're just they those people who are meant to do that are just pillars of healing without us even knowing. Pillars of healing. Having somebody just got on your nerves just so much, and then you look around and you turn around like, once you really self-reflect and get into the core of your emotions and your feelings, and then you start to think like you were right. You were right in your healing journey. But that's when you're on your healing journey. A lot of people are scared of the healing journey. They're scared to be connected to another version of themselves. Sometimes we be so dedicated to that old version of ourselves. Sometimes we be so dedicated to how we used to be, or how we are used to be in this world. We don't take we don't take in consideration of what's what that is doing for us. What that is doing to us. How that is affecting us, affecting our lives, affecting our love, right? Affecting the people around us. We don't take that into consideration. We're so dedicated on who we are. But the way that I'm understanding life, the way that I'm understanding and I'm getting information, like, you never know. You never know. There are core things that you have inside of you that you won't relinquish. But when it comes to healing and growing, like, you can't hinder your growth. Like, you can hinder your growth, but that is the point of you healing and growing. You can't put a box on your healing. You just can't. That's just like you growing a rose, and then that single rose, you in your mind, you say, okay, I'm gonna grow this rose. But then in that rose becomes a rose bush. And then what if the rose bush has like white roses and you planted red roses? Now you gotta not only have just this single rose, you got a rose bush with white roses and red roses with thorns and leaves that could possibly stem another flower on the bush. You can't contain your healing. You can't. When you're on this growth journey, you can't contain it. It's just what the fuck is going to be. And a lot of times we be so conditioned and used to and so scared to relinquish parts of ourselves that we've been with forever. We we've been we've been this way with ourselves forever. We are scared to let that flourish. We are scared to let the healing flourish. We are scared to let the healing thrive. We are scared to let the healing take us into a place that we never thought that we will be. People are terrified. And I understand why. It's a frightening place for you to be in a structure, for you to be in an area, for you to be in a setting, and all of a sudden, that area, that structure, that setting, that place that you have been for years and decades now all of a sudden feels funny. Hold on, y'all. Now all of a sudden feels funny, right? It feels funny. You don't know what's going on. You've been having this with you for years. Now all of a sudden it's something sparked into your mind and in your heart and your spirit to change. But then you start connecting your change to what you used to. And then you will literally start playing tug of war with yourself, with your old self and your new self. You start playing tug of war. Like, wait a minute, hold on. You used to be in here. What's wrong now? What's going on now? Well, you used to do that. What's wrong now? But your new sense of self is telling you, well, I know I used to be here. I know I used to do these things, but I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable right now. I'm uncomfortable. This doesn't feel good to me right now. I know I used to be here. This doesn't feel right. So what do you do? What do you do? What do you do at that time? Do you not listen to your new self and stay uncomfortable? I mean, do you not listen to your new self and stay uncomfortable? Or you listen to your old self and then you never get to grow the new version of yourself? What do you do? That's why a lot of people do nothing. That decision, that point of life, that point of journey, that point of your healing is a hard motherfucking pill to swallow. It's hard. That's some hard shit. Okay? And with the healing and changing, I want to talk about love. I want to talk about love. Now, I might get emotional when I talk about this. So please spare with me. Give me a minute. I might become emotional when I speak on this. When it comes to love, now, whew, when it comes to love, right? Like we all have our concepts of what love looks like, right? We all have our concepts of what love looks like, what people should be doing in love, how love is supposed to feel, how you want your love to be. Like everyone has their own concept of love, right? But love is just a frequency of being. Love is a frequency of being. Love is a frequency of God. And I don't think a lot of people understand that, because in love, people want to, it's because sometimes with love, people want to control it. You want to control love, right? You want to control who you love. You want to control how you love. You want to control people who love you, right? You want to control the aspects of love. But if God is love, how can you control God? You can't control love. It just is. It just what it is. And a lot of people find, excuse me. No, 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 no. No. Sorry about that. And when it comes to the aspects of love, people are afraid of love. Because real love changes you. Real love changes you. Real love has the ability to keep you safe. Real love has the ability to help you grow. Real love has the ability to uh, make you feel seen. Real love has the ability to heal your wounds. Real love has the ability to change your whole outlook and your whole energy of life, right? But what happens is when people aren't used to that feeling, when people aren't used to that feeling, they don't know what to do when they encounter love. Because usually when someone is presented with that type of love in their life, or love like that in general, like I said, they want to contain it. They want to contain that love. Love isn't made for containment. You can't contain that. Because what people want to do is they want to cultivate the energy of love at first. They want to cultivate it. What do that mean? They want to pour into it, right? They want to make a structure. They want to make a foundation. They want to make a stable place for love. They want to make sure that this love, you know, this whatever they're growing is stated in love, right? No, 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 no. Whatever they're growing is stated in love, right? And then once they made all the stables and the securement, and they done laid the groundwork, and they done put up the frame and of love, and then they want to put a box over it. They want to contain it, and they want to come back to it, or they want to just look at it and then say, "Yep, that loves me right there. Yeah, they love me right there. Yep, you see that? Yep, that's another thing that loves me." Love doesn't work like that. Everyone's laughing at you because you're angry with a fluffy butt. Okay? No one's scared of you. No one's scared of you. You're angry with a fluffy butt. Okay? Um. So that's what people do with love. You have to pour into it. You got to pour in. Love isn't for you to control. Love isn't for you to control. Love isn't love isn't for you to put a box over. Love isn't for you to be solidified in your comfortability while love is standing by itself. That's not what love, that's not how you love. That's not how you love. Love is coming to an agreement and to an understanding and to a frequency and saying, I love you. I love you. And I'm going to show my love for you. I'm not going to control you. I'm just going to allow you to be. I want to pour into you. A love pours back. That's love is like a never-ending well. That's why people get tired of love. That's why people get tired of love. That's why people get tired of relationships. That's why people get tired of being in commitments and all these stuff, because love is never ending. You never stop pouring. You never stop pouring. You never. You never stop pouring. When it comes, if you're in a relationship, or you're in a situation, you're in a marriage, you in a commitment, you in uh anything where you figure like love is existing there. If you come to a point in that relationship, in that situation, where you question or you no longer want to pour, because now you don't want to pour because your your reciprocation of what you're pouring into a relationship has to do with control. So you say to yourself, well, I love them, but they didn't do this and that, so why should I pour into them? I love them, but why should I keep on pouring? Why do you need to stop and reflect on the reason why you're in this situation, or you're in this marriage, or you're in this commitment, or you're in this agreement? Love continues to pour, especially if that love has been pouring upon you. And love is it because in love is an aspect of how you feel for yourself too. Love is an aspect of how you feel for yourself. So if you're a space in your life where you do pour or you pour onto yourself, right? You make sure you pour. No, no. So you make sure you pour the love and compassion and the understanding onto you. When you pour that into you, you have the ability to pour that onto other people. That comes outside of you too. But people who don't know how to love upon themselves, they don't know what that looks like. So when you are in a season of being in love and you're a season of loving someone and they're not really used to what the hell that looks like a sense of control to them, which is weird, huh? Which is weird. It looks like a sense of control because like I said, love will heal you. Love will change you. That's why. Have you ever heard of when people get in love, or usually men? It's always the masculines that really change when it comes to love because women, we have been taught and bred to idolize love since we was kids. I mean, so it's easy for a girl to be like, oh, that's my boyfriend and we're going to get married and we're going to have all these kids when we're kids. Okay, so I mean, they try to instill that in us at a young age, but when it comes to males or masculine masculine presenting people, you can tell when love affects them because they totally change. They totally change. They do. They start being more open. They start being more loving. They start being more compassionate. There could be things inside of them that people never knew existed. They kept hidden. But once that love came around them, that love had the ability to blossom and to heal them from the inside out. So now people are experiencing, people are experiencing the masculine and the male uh, um, uh, person being in a different stance because this male is presenting himself in a loving stance. Love changes you. Love, when you love somebody, you be doing some shit. You be like, why in the hell am I doing this shit? Now if it goes beyond your safety or something, I can understand that. But love will be having you do some shit like what? Like this motherfucker got me up in the middle of the goddamn night making full on breakfast at 1 o'clock because they said they was hungry. Like it'd be like some weird shit like that. Or love will have you like, man, I ain't never went to no store to get no pads or nothing for no. Let me go get this girl some pads because I don't know, I love her. She asked me to do it. I'm just gonna do it. That's what love does. That's what love does. Love will have you looking different. Love will have you acting different. Love will have you feeling different. But if you're a person, no. But if you're a person that uses love as a control mechanism, as a control tactic, you will always have a problem with love. You will always have a problem with love. You will always have a problem with people who love you, You always have a problem with relationships you thought was loving. You will always have a problem because you're so used to being in control. You don't want to pour like that. Because if you're pouring onto love like that, who's in control? If you're pouring onto love like that, who's in control? Not you. Love be having you go outside of yourself. Love have you going outside of yourself all the time. All the time. For the strength, for the basis of love, for the feeling of love, for the idea of love, for the frequency of love. That's why love is difficult. That's why relationships is difficult. That's why marriages are difficult. Y'all want to love from a controlled space. You can't do that. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. Because even though you may feel comfortable because you feel like you're in control, whoever is loving you from an actually authentic space and who's loving you from a genuine space feels that you're not loving from a genuine space, feels that you're not loving from an authentic sense of yourself. Even if you feel you're loving from your highest capacity, whoever is pouring out the most is going to feel that blockage. It's going to feel that dramatically. Because you want to know why? Because they're pouring freely. They had already set up in their mind, well, this is it. This is where I want to be. This is where I'm going to feel. This is what I'm going to feel my love in. That's it. That's it. And when you start doing that, you start looking different. You, especially if you're not a person who used to love, a person who used to being in love, are you supposed to keep your common sense? Yes. Okay. Are you supposed to keep your better judgment? Yes. But when it comes to almost like, even though 50 Shades of Grey was kind of a, you know, but you remember, I don't know, it was the first movie or the second one. I think it maybe was the second movie when he was playing the piano and they were like on a vacation somewhere. But he was playing the piano and he was singing and everybody was just stuck on him playing the piano. And the girlfriend was like, you guys never heard him play before? And they was like, yeah, we heard him play thousands of times. We never heard him sing. The reason why he was singing is because I think her name was Anna. I just got to watching that damn movie too. Me with names. I think her name was Anna. Whoever she was, he loved her. So he was able to express himself differently because he was letting love take over. So people were experiencing him in a different light. People were experiencing him in different versions of himself. So when it comes to love, people don't get it right. You don't get it right. Because even some women, because they're so scared of love, because they know, oh, if I start loving on this person, if I start doing this, nope, I'm backing on that. You know, there are some women out there who will begin to love people or start loving on someone, and then once they feel like, oh, I feel something, they'll back up. They'll back up too. No, Mr. No. And when women back up from love, it's different. Because, like I said before, women have been conditioned to be just that. The loving wife, the loving spouse, the loving mother. You're supposed to be loving. You're supposed to be nice. You're supposed to, and you're loving, and you're love. And we're supposed to be the the ultimate version of what love could possibly be, right? So by women already being bred and indoctrinated in that, okay, it's easy for people who women encounter with and start be in a relationship with and be in love with. Is easy for those people to start manipulating women because they already know, oh, she love me, oh, I'm good. She love me, oh, I'm good. She love me, oh, this shit is in the bag. I could just do what the fuck I want to do. It, we not doing this morning. We are not. We are not. You're going to get this shit together. That is what you're going to do. No. We are not doing this. So, when women are encountered in these relationships and they start loving on people, they be like, oh, let me stop. Because they know soon as the person find out that they love them, soon as the person find out, oh, they feel what for me, oh, they know it's a green light. They know it's a green light. Or I'm just gonna run as fast as I can through this motherfucker. It's a green light. Let me get what I can get. She love you, yeah, man. Get what you can get. Ask them for this. Do this and that. Man, they ain't gonna know she love me. Ain't gonna nothing gonna happen. I'm just gonna be back over there. She gonna call. She gonna cuss me out, and then she gonna, man, she love me. I don't wanna hear all that. Like we good. She love me. That's why women back up from love. Everyone is afraid of love. When did all y'all get so fucking soft? I'm confused. Everybody is afraid of love. That's why this shit don't work no more. And the only time, not the only time, but the most, not saying that these relationships gonna last forever, like they gonna be together to the day they die. I don't know. I'm not no psychic. I can't tell. Ooh, I can't tell whether they is or they not. But what I can say is the relationships that let love lead them, not their ego, not how they used to be, not how they used to act, not, not how they want people to see them, how, what they homies would think, what they friends would think, not what they homegirls would say, not what they exes will say, because some exes, they'll be hitting your line like, oh, ho, 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 so you able to do all that for them, but when I ask you do this for me, it was a problem, oh, it ain't no problem now. When people let love lead, those people have the most successful relationships. They are. I bet money on it. I bet money on it. I bet all the money that I have on it. I bet all the money that I don't have on it. The people who let love lead their relationships are the people who are in the most rewarding and successful relationships. It is, because it's not about feeding your ego. It's not about making sure that they want you more than you want them. It's not making sure that they know that you in control. It's not about, you know, that relationship. Those people, have to be in a certain setting because they want people to look at them in this way, and they have to be this way because they don't want society to think that they a simp, and they want it. They used to be the big pimp, they used to be the pimp. They don't, they got to still use that representation. They still got to let motherfuckers know that they still that guy, they still that girl. Ain't nobody. The people who let love lead their relationships are in the most successful relationships, and I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Because when you really, truly, I don't mean like some, yeah, I can act loving towards you. But when you really love it, and when you really open up your heart to love, in that space, in that setting, you gonna turn into a different motherfucker anyway. It's evident. Anyway, you're gonna turn into somebody different anyway. You're not gonna be the same sense of yourself. You're not. Love has the ability to blossom and to shine the light on the parts that you kept hitting. That's what love does. But y'all don't know what the fuck love is. Y'all want to manipulate it. People want to manipulate love and control love. Huh? If they say love is God and God is love, how can you manipulate God? How can you control God? How? In the setting of God is love and love is God. How can you? You will never. You will never. And it will always be difficult for you. You will never. You will never be able to do some shit like that. Ever. Okay? Not that much in here. Uh-oh. So, when it comes to the love aspect, not that much in here. It was enough for you to type that, not that much in here. See? Y'all weird. Weird. Not that much in here. But it was enough for you to type. There wasn't nothing in here. So if it was nothing in here, then what are you typing? Who are you typing to? What are you typing from? What are you looking at to type if it was nothing in here for you to type? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So that's what I was saying. Those people who let love lead in their relationships like that have the most successful relationships. And I don't care, because your ego is there to keep you safe. Yes. Your ego is there for you to because we all have ego. I talk about ego a lot, but we all have ego, right? Because you all want what's best for yourself, right? That's a form of being in your ego. Y'all want what's best for yourself. We all want, us to look a certain way. That's a form of ego, right? But another form of ego is putting up defense mechanisms and putting up shields and putting up brick walls that people can't penetrate through because you want to be in control so bad. Love can't flourish there. Love can't live in those spaces. Even if someone is trying to love you while you're in that space, it's hard. They're just hitting a brick wall. The love is not meeting each other. The love isn't flourishing on each other. The love isn't pouring onto each other. If I'm pouring on you, but you got a brick wall in front of your love, I'm pouring onto the brick wall. Literally pouring onto the brick wall. Well, what is happening? What is going on? And when the person who is pouring onto the brick wall says, you know what? I'm tired of pouring this fucking brick wall. That's all the fuck I do. All I do is pour, 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 and pour, pour, pour. And then the person behind the brick wall and say, but I love you, can't you tell? How? The brick wall is blocking every motherfucking thing. How the fuck I'm supposed to tell? Y'all gotta. I know this life be lifing, and I know that we deal with generational trauma, and I know that we deal. No, you going in the house. You are really bad this morning. You are going in the house. And I know we deal with generational trauma. And I know we deal with things that happened in our past that could have traumatized us. But I know that if you keep looking at love in that light and you keep trying to manipulate love or control love or be the one who's over love, you're not really experiencing love. You're not. You're not. Okay? So, I just wanted to talk, get that off my heart and my chest. And I'll talk to you guys later. All right. Bye.